Yo, welcome back. It's ILovePie, and today we're talking about something that's kind of been creeping into everyone's head lately. Is Dead Rails getting boring? I know, that sounds harsh. But let me explain. Rico Miller, the dev behind the game, actually posted a poll in the official Discord, asking players a super important question. He said, "What's the biggest issue with Dead Rails right now?" And bro, the results? They hit hard. Only 16% of people said, not enough content. Another 16% said, game is too long. But a huge 47%, nearly half the entire vote, said, not enough replayability. That means people aren't quitting because the game's broken. They're quitting because they don't feel like playing it again. And that's way more dangerous. What replayability really means. So let's actually talk about this word, replayability. People throw it around, but what does it even mean? Replayability is the reason you pick a game up again after you've already beaten it. It's the reason you say, okay, one more run, even when you know how it ends. It's the variety, the randomness, the unexpected chaos. That's what makes each run feel fresh. Even if the map doesn't change, the experience should. Now think of a few games that are insanely replayable, like Project Zomboid. One run, you die to zombies. Next run, you starve. Another run, you accidentally crash your car and bleed out in the woods. You never know what's coming, and that's why it's addicting. Dead Rails doesn't really have that. You load in, grab your gear, fight a wave, build turrets, and you know exactly how the next 20 minutes are gonna go. There's no moment where you're like, what? Wait, what the hell just happened? Because it's the same every time. And that's what replayability kills off. Surprise. How Dead Rails falls short on replayability. So here's the part where it really sinks in. Dead Rails isn't boring because it's bad. It's boring because it's too predictable. Once you've done a few solid runs, you've seen almost everything the game throws at you. You start the run, you sprint to the POIs, you loot towns, camps, you shoot some infected, and then you do the exact same thing at 20,000 meters, at 50,000 meters, even right before the Tesla boss. Same enemies, same weapons, same rhythm. The classes are cool at first, vampire, werewolf, king. But let's be honest, once you've learned how to use them, there's not much else to explore. No skill tree, no special builds. You're not experimenting, you're just repeating. And that's what kills replayability. You start to feel like your choices don't matter. You know what works, so you stick to it. And when nothing changes, the game stops being fun. It becomes a routine. I've had runs where I literally forgot what meter I was at, because it all blends together. The other issues, content and length. Okay, let's not forget, replayability wasn't the only thing people voted for in Rico's poll. Two other issues tied at 16% each. Not enough content and game is too long. And honestly, these two are super connected to the replayability problem. Let's talk about content first. When people say there's not enough content, they're not just talking about maps or enemies. They mean progression, surprises, variety. Right now, Dead Rails has like, what? Few classes, a few weapons, one main objective, survive and go forward. But there's no sense of growth. You're not unlocking new skills or discovering side content. It's just survive longer, until you die, and then restart. And then there's the pacing, the length. 16% of people said the game is too long, and I get it. Sometimes a single run feels like it drags. Not because it's hard, but because nothing new is happening. You'll hit 30 minutes in and be like, why am I still doing the same thing I did at minute 5? No mid-run events, no pacing breaks, no checkpoints or missions to shift the momentum. And the thing is, this doesn't make the game bad, it just makes it one-dimensional. It needs more content, sure, but it also needs structure. a reason to care about what happens next. The community is speaking. One of the best things about Dead Rails, it's got a real community. Even though the game's in alpha, people are passionate, dedicated. Some of us play this game solo for hours. But when you scroll through the Discord, or read YouTube comments, or Reddit threads, you start to see the same thing over and over again. People are burning out, not because they hate the game, but because they love it and want more from it. You'll see stuff like, I reached 80k meters and now I don't even feel like playing again. Every run feels the same after a while. It's fun, but it doesn't last. I even saw one guy say, Dead Rails is a vibe, but not a loop. And that hit me hard, because it's true. The vibe is unmatched, the music, the loneliness, the tension. But the loop, the core gameplay cycle, doesn't evolve. This is exactly what that 47% in Rico's poll were trying to say. They don't want flashy features or microtransactions. They just want reasons to come back. To say, yo, I want to try that again, differently. But right now, most people can't. How to fix Dead Rails replayability? Alright, we've talked about the problem. Now let's talk solutions. Because here's the thing. Dead Rails isn't a lost cause. In fact, it's really close to being amazing. It's just missing some key systems that turn a good run into a game you want to play for hundreds of hours. So, let me pitch some ideas. These aren't just random. They're things that other games do well, and Dead Rails could do in its own way. Idea 1. Random events. Dead Rails is a straight line, and that's the problem. Every run is the same. What if, randomly, the train stopped? Maybe platform is broken. Maybe a storm hits and disables your gadgets. Maybe a mystery survivor boards the train. Just a little surprise. Something to make players say, whoa, I've never seen this before. Idea 2. Permanent unlocks. Right now, every run is a clean slate. You die, you lose everything. That's fine for hardcore players, but for most people, it's frustrating. What if there was a system where you unlocked perks or weapons after runs based on performance, like a roguelite vibe? You earn credits, buy passive upgrades. Suddenly, every run means something, even if you fail. Idea 3. Class build paths. The classes in Dead Rails are dope, but they're static. Imagine if each class had branching upgrade paths. So a vampire could go full-blood tank mode, or stealth hunter. An outlaw could choose between trap master or gunslinger. Now, you're not just picking a class, you're building a style. Idea 4. Mid-run goals. Let's be honest, going from 0 to 80,000 meters with no major goal along the way, it's a grind. What if the game had checkpoints every 10,000 meters with optional side objectives, like defend this NPC for 3 waves, collect parts from the mountain, find a lost child before the fog hits. Now every few thousand meters, you get a change of pace, a mini-story, and something worth pushing forward for. These aren't complicated systems. They don't even need crazy assets or voice acting. Just small changes that bring life back into the loop. And the best part, they keep that gritty, lonely Dead Rails vibe we all love, while making each run something new, personal take. You know what's crazy? Even after everything I just said, I still love Dead Rails. I still boot it up late at night just to feel that solo survivor energy. That train noise, that fog rolling in, the way the music hits when you're alone in the back train. There's nothing else like it. But maybe that's why all this hits so hard. Because we know it could be something legendary. I'm not here to bash the game, I'm here because I care. And clearly, so do you guys. 47% of you voted for better replayability. People in the Discord are writing essays. YouTubers are making hour-long theories. The community's not dead, it's waiting. And to Rico, if you're watching this, bro, you've already made something beautiful. Now, let's make it something timeless. Let's give this train a reason to keep going. If you watched all the way through, you're a real one. Let me know what you think would fix replayability in Dead Rails. Drop a comment, even if it's just one idea. Like the video if you vibed with anything I said, and hit subscribe if you want more Dead Rails content, lore, glitches, or total chaos. I drop stuff every week. This is ILovePie, and I'll see you at the next stop.